you all doing today? It's me, Miss Sam. I am at, I'm located in Cleveland, Ohio. We serve children ages 6 weeks to 12 years old. We are a clean, nurturing, and caring early learning care facility. And when I say clean, I mean clean. Um, we use creative curriculum. We use that a lot. And the reason why we use it is because I use it with my kids. Make sure you comment, you subscribe, you like this video in advance. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. So this is day 5 that I've been going live. And I was in the middle of a meeting talking to somebody who I'm trying to get to do some work. And I was like, I gotta go live. I gotta go live. I gotta go live. So I was like, I'm late. I'm supposed to go live at 6 o'clock. But I'm here. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So today we're going to talk about a real live story about me and how I ended up founding this business, Taylor Active Learning A&M Academy, located on the west side of Cleveland, Ohio. And the way this came about was because I had left my teaching job in Alexandria, Virginia, and I was like, I'm done with teaching. Teachers don't like students. I don't have time for the drama. Um, Adults are really not there to nurture and guide students. So I am going to go, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to figure this out. So at the time, I had 2 children. I came back to Cleveland and I knew I could stay at my mama's house because I left when I was 18 and did not come back. So because I had left when I was 18, to me, in my mind, that was grounds for me that I always had the ability to come back whenever I wanted. Right. And that was true. But I so we came back and there was a program in Ohio. I don't even know, it was a grant program that they had given to childcare centers where all children they believe should be in school if they were preschool age. So if they were 3 to 5, all children should have access to a free preschool education. And because I wasn't working, my daughter qualified while I was trying to figure things out to be in this program. My son was in school. So I got the voucher. I went down to the county. No, I did not ask for food stamps or medical. I just needed because my I think my medical didn't end until December or something like that. Something weird. But I just needed childcare for my daughter, right? I needed her to be in school because I would be at home. She would be watching PBS Kids, and she knew everything these people were saying. I was like, this little girl is smart. I can't believe she know all this stuff that these people saying. So somebody told me about the program. My fourth grade teacher, yes, my fourth grade teacher, I found out her daughter was a like a preschool teacher in a childcare center. And so I was like, "Oh, do y'all take this free voucher program?" I don't even know the name of it. And she was like, "Yes." I said, "Okay, my daughter coming to your school," because I knew if her mother was my teacher and her mother was a good teacher, then I knew she was a good teacher. And sure enough, her mother was like, "Oh, she's a way better teacher than I was." I was like, "Oh, that's perfect because my daughter is smart." So my daughter was there at the school with her. It was at Eastside Christian. It's located on Emory in Warrensville Heights, Ohio, and they had gym class. My daughter was learning about the solar systems because, from what I understand, the best time to see the phases of the moon is in September. So she was learning all that, and I was really happy. And 2 people that I went to college with, their daughter was in the same classroom as my daughter. So it was like, oh my goodness, it's great to see them because I knew he played basketball in Cleveland. He went to my college. He was a basketball player there. But I didn't know what happened to his girlfriend. I met her freshman year, but I didn't really know what happened. Well, what I found out happening was she ended up dropping out of college because she ended up getting pregnant with their son and she never went back. She didn't go back to college until later. So they were all in the East Side Christian Child Care Center. I don't even know what the name is, but it's on Emory. It's a small. It's actually a large church. It's 1 story, and it sits on a lot of land, so it goes back. So my daughter was there, and something happened with the administrator and my daughter's teacher, and she left. And so my daughter stayed. Hello, Buster. My daughter stayed for a little bit. And then I was like, my daughter can't stay here anymore because the person, hello, Emma, Emma Rue, is that how you say it? Thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe. So my daughter stayed for a little bit, and then we went to the next center. And the next center was a church. And her teacher was there, and we stayed with the teacher. And my whole goal was for my daughter to learn. That's all I care about. I don't care about where the facility, long as the facility is clean. I am doing well. How are you today? I don't care if all I care about is if the facility is clean and if my daughter is learning. All the other stuff, I don't care. I just really don't care when it comes to a childcare center. Even today, I am really big on at my own center, do we love the children and are the children learning and are do the children know we love them? Like, I'm so kid focused here. I'm not even focused on the adults because these are little people and we're here to guide and lead them and train them. So I'm not really focused on the adults. And I know you have to focus on your staff and you have to focus on your families. Oh, poquito español in my room. I wish I spoke more Spanish, more hable español. Did I say that right? Más hable español. There we go. I'm sorry. So we were at the center for a little bit, and then she fell out with that bastard. And so at this stage, I had to find another center, right, for my daughter. And so we ended up going to a center that was a co-op that took the voucher that the state was offering to children her age. This was 18 years ago. And s- the teacher had recommended that because she said she didn't really know what she was going to do. She didn't know if she was staying as a preschool teacher or if she was leaving, right? And so she she ended up going to this co-op school, and what they did was they put all the voucher kids. So I thought it would be great because it would mimic what she had when we were down in Fairborn, Ohio at Mini University. And it would be diverse because it was a co-op. They had this free voucher program, but in the reality of it was they had all of the voucher kids in one room, and they had all of the people who were doing co-op in another room. And the voucher kids was not diverse. And that is one of the things that I've learned in being in Cleveland, living in Cleveland, having children who experience childcare is that they separate children based on if they are free or if you're paying out of pocket. And I don't like that. I feel like children are children and that children need to learn how to interact with all children, whether their parents can afford it or whether their parents cannot afford it. And that's the biggest discrepancy I see as a childcare owner, as a childcare administrator, is that we don't have a lot of diversity. We don't have a lot of people. We're not putting children in situations that are of all socioeconomic backgrounds, of all educational backgrounds. And what I've also learned in my lifetime is typically you only see those types of situations when you are on a college campus. It is very rare in a city that you see a diverse childcare center. And children need diversity. They need skin color diversity, they need socioeconomic status diversity in their lives because that's how you become accepting of others. And so one of the things about the second center, no, so it was the second. So okay, I'm jumping ahead. So she left Eastside and she went to the co-op. And when she went to the co-op, one of the things I didn't like, it was nasty. How did I know it was nasty? Because every time I picked my daughter up and we got in the car, I always asked all of my children, "How was your day at school?" They would say, "Oh, it's fine." Now my daughter would do two things. One, she would either fall asleep because she was tired, or two, she would, or two, sorry about that, or two, she would be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, smack. So if she's telling me she gotta go to the bathroom every day, I'm like, why do you always have to go to the bathroom when I pick you up? This is what I asked my daughter. She's like, because the bathroom is so nasty and I don't like going to the bathroom there. I'm like, so you hold your pee all day? She's like, yes. Now, my daughter, remind you, was 22 now. Even today, if the bathroom is nasty, she has this like phobia or like just about nasty bathrooms. She won't even go to the bathroom. So when she told me the bathroom was nasty, I was like, okay, now I gotta find you another center. Because first of all, I can't rush to the bathroom and you're only 4. And now I'm rushing to the bathroom because you don't feel comfortable in the school that I'm paying to make sure that you have a bathroom to use because you are potty trained. So we're not about to have no accidents because you're too smart for that to be running around here having accidents on yourself because the bathroom nasty. So then I had to find, I complained to the administrator, and the administrator was like, well, she's on this voucher and this voucher program. She has to be in this, classroom. I said, well, why she can't be in the new classrooms then? I'm confused on why you have her over here with all these other kids because they're on this voucher program and they don't intermix with the other children. So that was like an issue. So then we went to another church that had brought her first teacher back on board because she called me and told me she was at another school. I was like, okay, no problem. I'm a transfer now. So I went to transfer her there, and it was no issue. She was teaching and everything. And then she got into it with the administrator and she left. And because she left and she was our teacher, guess what? My daughter got to leave now. And I'm like, look, I can't keep changing her center, driving all over the east side of Cuyahoga County to try to find her a school. Like, where am I supposed to put her now? And she said, you know what? Put her over there at achievement centers. My god sister's daughter was over there. She said that. She said your god sister's daughter's over there, and I think it would be a great environment for her. They do take the voucher, and they mix really kids who are really advanced with kids with disabilities, so the kids with disabilities can learn from them. And guess what? She ended up staying there, and from there she went to Laurel School, and she stayed at Laurel for 13 years. So I'm saying all of this to say, like, finding a childcare center is really, really hard. And what we do is we specialize in making your child feel welcome. You may not feel welcome, you may not like me, you may not like what I say, you may not like what I do. But one thing's for certain and two things for sure, your child will feel like they belong, that I care for them, and that they are a part of a group no matter what kid is here, because that's what I've always done as a teacher, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. I've always made children feel like they belong, and that's what we do. If we don't do anything else, we make children feel like they belong, and we make sure that children learn. Those are the two skills that we offer here, besides being a nurturing, clean, and safe environment. We ensure that children belong and they feel valued. Like they discover their voice. They discover that what they have to say is important. That in every adult in this building wants to hear what they have to say. And if the adult doesn't want to hear what they have to say, they don't stay around, because that's not what we're here. We're not here for adults. We're here for children. We use creative curriculum, which is a curriculum that has been around for at least 25 years, if not longer, that teaches comprehension. It allows children to think. It allows them to process. It allows us to build relationship with parents and extend learning beyond the classroom. It allows children to read books and understand language, have a desire to read. Um, it's already founded in the science of reading, And you may be wondering, well, how do you know all of that? Because I am an educator myself. I am someone who has a degree in education. So I am able, and I have taken psychology classes. I am able to teach a kid. I am able to teach anyone a concept. Even if it's a concept I may be unfamiliar with. I know how to research a concept, look it up, and come up with the best plan of action to ensure that a child walks away and they understand and they appreciate what they're learning. They see the significance of what they're learning. So when you're looking for a child care center in the future or currently, you look for a place that makes you feel welcome and your child feel welcome. Even if you as the adult don't feel welcome, does your child like going there? Do they cry when you come to pick them up? Do Are they crying when you drop them off? But are they crying because they don't want to be there, or are they crying because they was already irritable? That's something to look out for. Those are two different cries, and as the parent, you should be in tune with that. You should know the difference between your child's cries. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like this video. When you're looking for a child care center, look for a center that will serve the whole family. The whole family. They're open to your ideas as a parent and have questions. Have questions. It's not one of the things that I've noticed that we get a lot is, well, we got it a lot because of the type of person I had hired who was bringing in the people. But just because somebody's the owner doesn't mean that they have all the answers. And I think if more people spent more time with people who were entrepreneurs or had entrepreneurs, real entrepreneurs, not somebody this is a side hustle and this is a hobby that they have, but they are truly they're working in their business or they're working on their business, there's a difference, you know, and there truly is. There's a difference from working in your business and working on your business. So I think people get the two confused and you never know someone's position, right? You don't know if this person should really be working on the business, which for a childcare center, any owner should be working on the business, not in the business. They should hire people to work in the business. Period. And I would say that for any business, except for if you are a solopreneur, meaning like you are everything and this business does not require your 100% full attention. It could be automated. But when you're dealing with humans, it's very rare that you can do that. It's very rare you can put it on automation because there is that human interaction. And when there are so many, it requires additional support, just like in a regular classroom. My background, I have a bachelor's of science in education that I got from Wright State University. I did not just think that this would be a good business idea. I taught for 16 years, 3 years in Alexandria, Virginia, and 13 years in Cleveland, Ohio. I've worked with I've worked with all students, not just black students. I've worked with all students, white students, Peruvian students, students from Jamaica, students from United States, Latinos from all over El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico. I done work with all types of students. I am culturally competent. Um, so you need to look out for that. Does your child feel welcome? Does your child make you feel like are they excited to go? Do they make you feel like, wow, I made a right decision. I made a good decision in picking this center. So I'm going to come up with a list because these are all the things that I look for in a child care center when I pick one for my children. And I'm gonna sell it to y'all. I am. I just got to get 500 subscribers and I'm gonna sell y'all my childcare list. But I think it would be very beneficial to you because a lot of times I think people get intimidated and they don't know what questions to truly answer. They lead with their emotions instead of with their logic and what is their outcome. So what is the end outcome you want for your child? What do you desire to see? Is your child artistic? Are they doing arts and crafts in the classroom? How frequently does that happen? Are they doing art projects? So those are things you have to consider. Do they like sports? Do they have an area where they can go out and play sports? They can just run around on the grass. Do they got a gym that they can just run around in? Or is the playground area really small and constrained? So you have to ask yourself those type of questions. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We talk about all things related to childcare. We talk about issues that rise up. Parents are quick to blame a child care center, right? For things that happen to their children. But if you're uneducated of normal behavior versus abnormal behavior, everything is the child care center's fault. There was a parent whose child was here at the center and the child kept getting bit, right? But they thought that that was just so weird and kids shouldn't be biting kids. Well, if your kid is 18 months, most 18-month-year-olds cannot communicate. And biting is a form of communication amongst children that says, I don't like that, stop now. Now, do all children do that? No. All children do not do that. Some children, hello, anime fan. All children are not biters, but there are some children who are biters. And if your child gets bit, you have to understand between 18 months and 3, a kid should be biting. But if you don't know that as a parent, you think something wrong with the school and the school is doing wrong. You can tell a kid to stop, but some strong-willed kids will continue even after you've told them to stop and they midway, mouth wide open and they gonna still go for it. So because they're gonna still go for it, all we can do is say, no, 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 don't do that, stop. That's not how we treat our friends. And tend to the child that's crying, tend to the child that just did the behavior we don't like. But both children need attention. Cause your child got bit doesn't mean that your kid don't is the only one that need attention. No. Why did this other child think that it was okay to bite? They need to be, spoken to and asked what happened, and you have to sit there and listen, whether you understand what they're saying or whether you don't understand what they're saying. So I think more people need to understand the dynamics within a classroom and that the dynamics of early learning is very important for children. Like learning just doesn't start in kindergarten. Learning starts as soon as the child is born because again, they're in a world that they've never been in before. They're going to have experiences in life that they've never had before. And the foundation of those experiences are very important. What they learn in the beginning is more important than anything else. They say that a child's the brain is developed by age 5. So all of the behaviors we see by age 5 are already developed in a child's brain. And so because we see those behaviors by age 5, it's important that we're pouring into a kid the good things. That's our friend. Let's be polite. You know, let's not let's not um let's not talk to people that way. You know, that's not how we treat our friends. We have to be friendly, right? Because we have to teach desirable behaviors. We don't teach behaviors that are undesirable because they'll naturally learn those because it's so easy to learn how to tell somebody you don't like them, right? It's so easy to tell somebody no, but it's very difficult to tell someone what it is about them that you enjoy because most people don't do that. Most people tell you all the negative stuff about yourself, but they never tell you the good things. And so trying to teach a kid, good morning, how are you today? You're important. Every day you come, good morning, smiling at the kid, good morning. I'm so happy to see you. Did you have a good morning? Did you have you had a good morning so far? Did you have a good evening? What was for dinner? Basic conversational skills. Is this your favorite food? Look at you. You ate all of that up. But it starts at infant when they can't even talk to you. When you're letting them know what's going on. Because again, infants have only been here for less than 12 months. Most infants are, yeah, less than 12 months. So when you are talking to a child, let them know what's going on. I'm getting ready to wash your hands. It's time to eat. Are you ready to sit in your chair? It's time to eat. All right, let's wash our hands. I'm going to put on your bib. Look what you have for lunch today. Can you tell me what you're eating? And you pause. Now, they're not going to say anything, but you still pause because you want them to know that this is the opportunity in the conversation that you respond back and you tell me something. And sometimes they may babble something and you like, did you just say blueberries if it's blueberries there? Because that's what I see. Do you see the chicken? And you just go and you explain to the kids so then they have explanation skills. And then they understand also when they do something great and when they do something not so great. Not so great. And so you have to be okay with that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like what I'm saying, make sure you subscribe. If you don't like what I'm saying, go find somebody else. But I just want to take the time. I want to thank you for tuning in today. I wish you the best of luck when you're looking for a center for your little one. I know that I am in the city of Cleveland and there are a lot of options to choose from. I hope you find the best choice for your child, which may not be necessarily the best choice for you. And that is coming from a parent who always was looking for the best choice for their children. That is a completely different concept. What is the best option for my child? If your child is attached to their current teachers and they love the teachers, they love the administrator, it is not convenient for you to take them away from people who love them and they love, right? Because it don't work out for you as the adult. Your kid wants that opportunity that maybe you never got. And that's the opportunity to know that they're important, that what they believe or what they want to do is important to the world, and that they have a skill that needs to be developed because only they will be able to accomplish that skill or do that task. Like everybody on this earth is unique. Everybody's unique, and every kid needs to know that. I don't want you, I said this the other day, but I keep hearing this. It's very unfair to tell a fish who can't climb a tree that they're not good enough when they were never meant to climb a tree. The fish is never meant to climb, so they're gonna measure their worth because they can't climb the tree. No, they're meant to be in the water. So I got that from somebody. I might have said it wrong, but the point of the matter is that a fish belongs in the water, not climbing a tree, right? And so you can't tell a fish to climb it and then they're not successful and be like, oh, you're wrong at it. No, that's not how it works. We have to train our children to be the best that they are, the the best who they are. Like, and it starts early. It starts early. I know so many people like, I'm not putting my kid in childcare because I saw this on the news. Well, everything I ever saw on the news was negative. I rarely saw anything positive on the news. So maybe if you stop watching the news first, then that could start bringing things about that are actually positive and things that could help you. And are there bad people out there? Yes. But you're the parent. You have to be cognizant of that. You have to be aware of that. You have to know that the choice I made is the best decision. And your children are indicators. They're a reflection of you. You are their first love. You are your child's first love. So if you never heard that or that's a weird concept to you, I'm going to say it again. You are your child's first love. Nobody else on this earth is your child's first love. You are. Their mother and their father are their first love. And so it is up to you to protect your children. And when they are comfortable somewhere, you don't remove them because now you're putting yourself in a situation that could have, which was probably beneficial for them. Oh, I could tell you story after story about parents who remove kids. The parents fall out with me and they baffled that they kid absolutely enjoys it here and absolutely loves me. And it's like there are good people in the world. There are some people who grew up being loved, being cared for, and they know how to love and care for others. I know that may be rare to you because you have never met anybody like that or you don't have that many people in your family that has been cared for and loved by a stranger, but there are people out here who care and love for strangers. Think about the people in the nursing homes and strangers come up and visit them. So, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I've been on here for 30 minutes and I did my goal for today 30 minutes live. I didn't get on here at 6 o'clock, but I came on here anyway. So, all right. I hope you have a great evening.